Hey everybody, how's it going? Extreme Trends here. Have you ever wondered what the billionaires of the world spend their money on when they've already got everything they could possibly want? When the garage is full and the jewelry box is overflowing, what do? It's no secret that the world's elite like to flash their cash. Of course, we would all like a bit of extra money to buy the things we want and don't necessarily need, but sometimes the rich and famous make purchases that are just plain ridiculous. From hideous paintings to cars that drive underwater and everything in between, here is 10 times rich kids took it too far. Number 10, rent a disabled person. The lengths rich parents go for their children are absolutely insane. It's true what they say, money can buy you everything except class, and in this case, human decency. While most of us suffer waiting for hours in line at large-scale attractions like Disneyland, stories started to surface in 2013 about how the wealthy 1% get around having to queue. Rich people have been known to actually rent a disabled person as quote-unquote tourist guides, paying hundreds of dollars to get line-hopping privileges designed to help those with disabilities. Well, luckily it didn't last for long. It didn't take long for Disney to wise up to the deplorable antics of the elite and have began cracking down on those cheating the system pretty quickly, ultimately changing how they cater for disabled visitors. They released a statement saying that the previous system was problematic and now they use a ticket tape system with line limits similar to restaurant reservations. This is a prime example of rich people ruining it for the rest of us. While it would be easy to spend the whole 10 minutes wondering how rich people sleep at night, let's move on to number 9. Number 9, doomsday luxury condos. Have you ever wondered what you would do in a zombie apocalypse, nuclear war, or chemical attack? Most of us would have no choice but to take our chances in the garden shed armed with nothing but some canned baked beans and a baseball bat. Or if you have a spare $3 million handy, you could purchase your very own state-of-the-art condo in a structure specifically built for the day the world ends. Just north of Kansas, somewhere near Wichita, there is a secret military silo that was converted into 15 floors of single-family occupancy condos. These aren't just your bog-standard apartments either. All residencies have fully fitted kitchens and are sleekly decorated throughout, with fake windows live streaming the countryside. The building even boasts a swimming pool, a grocery store, an armory for when things turn sour, and resources to grow food to sustain the underground population when doomsday arrives. Unfortunately, if you were just thinking about putting down an offer, you're out of luck. Developer Larry Howe sold all of the apartments before construction even ended in 2012, with full floor apartments going for $3 million and half floor apartments going for $1.5 million. Don't worry too much though, because there are bound to be more of these pop up soon, so start saving. Number 8, having your name etched on a private island. Sometimes there is such a thing as being too rich for your own good. What do you do when you have so much money that you don't even know what to do with it? Billionaire Sheikh has an estimated fortune of around $22 million and owns over 200 cars. Clearly at a loss for what to do next with his money, back in 2011, Sheikh decided to etch a portion of his private island with his own name. The capital letters are so large that they can even be seen from space, leaving no doubt that this member of United Arab Emirates royalty has certainly left a mark on the world. While no official figure detailing the cost was ever released, possibly due to sheer embarrassment, reports suggested that the project would have amounted to an eye-watering $22 million. That's just small change to this member of royalty, nicknamed the Rainbow Sheik. Number 7, Willem de Kooning Woman Third. They say art is personal and subjective. What's appealing to the eye of one might look plain hideous to another, but there's no doubt that Dutch-American abstract artist Willem de Kooning's Woman Third painting is exceptionally ugly. The large canvas depicts a woman in a pretty unflattering light, with dull colors and scattered brushstrokes characteristics of the style. However, when an art collector sees a piece they really want, money is no object. That was certainly certainly the case for billionaire producer and record executive David Geffen, who splashed out some serious cash when he acquired the painting in 2006. Geffen sealed the deal for a jaw-dropping $137.5 million, making the work of art the fourth most expensive painting ever sold. And that's saying something. I don't know about you, but I think that is a lot of money to spend on something to hang it in the downstairs bathroom. But if you're the head of a record label producing artists such as Blink-182, Nirvana, Bob Dylan, and Aerosmith, you can certainly afford to take a break in your $6.5 billion fortune. Number 6. Golden Poop Pill. There's nothing that says I'm stinking rich more than pooping gold, and for $425, that's exactly what you can do. Artist Tobias Wong developed a horse pill that will turn your astronomical parts into chambers of wealth. Well, who can resist that? The Museum of Modern Art San Francisco commissioned the pills in 2005 as part of a collection called Indulgence. Wong collaborated on the works with fellow artist Just Another Rich Kid, aka Ken Courtney. At the time, Courtney said, "Like an addict, all I want is more." Like celebrity and celebrity culture, demand for luxury items is completely created. The 24-karat gold leaf-filled capsule went on for sale on Citizen's online store, but are sadly currently unavailable, so you might have to find another way of getting your excrement the golden touch. Strangely, this isn't the only poop-related endeavor the world has seen. In 2007, Terence Carr sold his own golden-plated feces for $500,000, proving that some people really do poop money. Number 5. Kidnap insurance. Having money comes with its downfalls. Not all of it is flashing the cash and fancy restaurants. It can actually pose as a serious risk to an individual's personal safety. Although it may seem like kidnappings are reserved for Liam Neeson's movies, around 20,000 abductions happen each year, and those are just the reported ones. The majority of kidnap and extortion happens in countries like Mexico, South America, the Middle East, and certain parts of Africa. Being rich is a dangerous business. For those particularly worried about getting snatched on their next work trip, they can purchase specific insurance to cover them in a case of kidnapping and ransom. The cover starts from $10,000, so if worse comes to worse and you're abducted and held in hostage for money, you can be assured that the insurance will take care of all of it. Just be sure not to get in trouble in countries the US has imposed sanctions on, like Syria. Number 4. Gold toothpick. You haven't truly committed your status as a high roller if you don't have a gold toothpick. With gold teeth resigned to decades past in hip-hop music videos, rich kids can fill the void by purchasing one gold toothpick for the tidy sum of $600. Imagine securing your next business deal wearing a white fur coat with one of these hanging out of your mouth. After all, money attracts money, so why wouldn't the young entrepreneur want to add one of these to the collection? Okay, it may make little to no sense, but it's a perfect gift for the person that already has everything they need. After all, picking caviar out of your teeth isn't just the same if you do it with anything other than a 24-karat gold toothpick. Number 3. Virtue mobile phone. If you thought that the jet set crowd would be happy with an Apple iPhone, you were sorely mistaken. For those really wanting to push the envelope, there is the Virtue Close the Paris Red Gold mobile phone. It sounds like a mouthful, but this phone is opulence at its finest. Made of polished 18-karat red gold and boasting black sapphire and ruby keys, it comes with the hefty price tag of $46,600. Frankly, it just looks like a jazzed up Nokia 3310, but people with money will buy just about anything. The phone also has crystal clear voice quality and comes pre-installed with exclusive ringtones and alert tones created for Virtue by compositors and performed by none other than the London Symphony Orchestra. It doesn't have a front-facing camera though, so you can kiss goodbye to Snapchat, and it's not a touchscreen, so you can say goodbye to all of your right swiping on Tinder as well. Number 2. Submarine sports car. It might be every man's dream to become James Bond, but with this incredible car, you can be. This underwater sports car will set you back a tidy $1.2 million. Powered by an electric motor, the impressive vehicle can reach speeds of up to 75 miles per hour under the sea. The submarine car does away with petrol and opts for a powered motor to propel it under the surface, inspired by 007 Sub Lotus from the 1997 Kevin Phil, called the Spy Who Loved Me. Able to float on the surface, the driver can pull a little lever which then propels it deep underwater. There's almost no end to the gadgets on this thing, which include laser-guided sensors and water jets. Passengers can take advantage of the built-in scuba tanks and regulators to remain safely underwater for up to an hour. The ultimate gadget for playboys to show off, the submarine car has definitely earned a place on this list. Last but not least, at number 1, we have G-Spirits. No jet set life is complete without alcohol that has been poured down over a model's naked breast prior to bottling it. German liquor company G-Spirits claims that every drop of its barreled-aged whiskey has been poured over the assets of Playmate of the Year 2012, Alex Varga. Not only does it have the desired appeal, but the firm describes its product as harmonic, well-balanced, spicy, and long-lasting. 5,000 bottles were released in 2012, selling at $180. Each bottle came with a certificate of authenticity from the model to prove that every single drop touched her naked skin. There was also an option to buy a slightly less pricey rum, but unfortunately that hasn't graced the bosoms of Varga, but instead another beautiful model. All bottles actually come with photographic proof too. The founders of the brand remain anonymous, but it did give us a little nugget explaining their venture. It's not just the taste which makes you enjoy a drink fully. Good flavor is the basis, the conveying feeling, the highlight. However, for us, there is nothing more than the erotism of a beautiful woman. That's a stroke of marketing genius. So that has been 10 times rich kids took it way too far. If you did enjoy the video or found it interesting, then why not go check out one of my other videos by clicking a video on screen now. Before you do that though, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss a single upload. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Hey everybody, how's it going? Extreme Trends here. Have you ever wondered what the billionaires of the world spend their money on when they've already got everything they could possibly want? When the garage is full and the jewelry box is overflowing, what do? It's no secret that the world's elite like to flash quote-unquote tourist guys paying hundreds of dollars to get line-hopping privileges designed to help those with disabilities. Well, luckily it didn't last for long. It didn't take long for Disney to wise up to the deplorable antics of the elite and have began cracking down. While most of us suffer waiting for hours in line at large-scale attractions like Disneyland, stories started to surface in 2013 about how the wealthy 1% get around having to queue. Rich people have been known to actually rent a disabled person as their cash. Of course, we would all like a bit of extra money to buy the things we want and don't necessarily need, but sometimes the rich and famous make purchases that are just plain ridiculous. From hideous paintings to cars that drive underwater and everything in between, here is 10 times rich kids took it too far. Number 10, rent a disabled person. The lengths rich parents go for their children are absolutely insane. It's true what they say, money can buy you everything except class, and in this case, human decency.